Good evening. Tonight I'm going to return to a game that I used to feature heavily on this channel, Fly Corp. Um, Today we're doing something a little different. They've done some updates since the last time I played, including some quality of life updates. So I actually want to try the challenge mode. I never found it playable before, but I think it's doable now with the quality of life updates. Now in the challenge mode, they tell you which country to buy next, and they also give you a time limit. And if you fail to buy the next country within the time limit, you lose. Also, if an airport becomes overloaded, you lose. So we're going to do some things differently. We're not going to be able to use the hub and spoke strategy that I usually use, because in this mode, it's better to have short links between cities. So it's going to be a lot more linear, and we're going to try and figure out the best way to prevent the cities from overloading as we keep expanding the network. Let's get right into it. So here's our main menu. So here, and from here we can go into play and discover the world. And it says we have to unlock a new country every 6 minutes. But actually, if you have time left over, it adds to the timer. So you can stack up some time if you buy a couple of countries quickly. We're going to start a new game. And it looks like we're getting Germany first. So it looks like 76 is the length of that route. That's 129. That's 123. So that's actually a quicker route. So we have our initial countries hooked up. Hold on a second. All right, we're back. So yeah, we're gonna wait, and we're not gonna speed things up. We're just gonna play in snail mode, because with airports overloading, um, we don't want to be in speed mode, because then we could be insta killed. Or there's no death in this game, but we could have our game instantly ended if an airport gets overloaded. And it will randomly pop up cities like usual that we'll have to add into this network. Um, right now, I think we're just going to play the waiting game and wait for the funds we need for the next country, which is going to be 300. So let's try and raise the 300. And it's somewhat random what country will be assigned next. However, they always do it with country bordering what you've got on your network. So we want to do Belgium next. And let's go ahead and upgrade this plane, because that's looks like it might be a backbone plane later. So we're just waiting for something to happen now. We're waiting to have our 300 money. And as we add countries and add links, we'll see which cities tend to be backbone lines, and those will get some upgrading attention. Here you can see there's a new quality of life menu, which shows you at a glance everything you've got. are these? Oh, yeah. So it looks like Dortmund is closer to Frankfurt than Hamburg. So we have to add that to the network. Disconnected cities will be the death of us. But each city we add adds another income source. So hopefully we won't get any more cities before we have to add Belgium. But let's go ahead and we also need to think about airport capacity. Hopefully I don't have to buy anything else before we add Belgium. And we're going to want to get the next few countries quickly so we can stack the timer and work on that infrastructure. Endpoint cities, I don't think need to worry about infrastructure too much. But Frankfurt's going to be an issue. I'm going to bring that one up too. Hopefully we have enough time to raise the money for Belgium now. More than halfway to the money we need for Belgium with a minute and a half to go. I think we'll be able to make it. Little over a minute, but I think we're doing well. All right, we got it. All right, the closest city, I think it 103.75. So Dortmund into Brussels, which means Hamburg, Frankfurt is going to be our backbone line right now. We've got a few game minutes, so we're let's add Switzerland as well, and then we'll work on infrastructure for a bit. So Frankfurt's going to be a hub city soon. So we have to go to Switzerland next, and I want to stack the timer a little bit so we can focus on infrastructure. Frankfurt's going to be an issue, I think, given that it is now our hub city with all the various lines coming off of it. Let's see the closest city, 112.82. All right, we got some time on the timer now. Let's work on some infrastructure. So we need 600 in order to upgrade all stations to level 2. That's what we're going to do first, I think. Or actually, let's upgrade the planes, because that'll move people faster and we'll get the money a little bit faster. How many planes we have? 6 of those as well. All right, so we've taken care of the Berlin branch. Hamburg's already at level 2. Frankfurt's at 2. So let's work on the Dortmund branch now. And having bigger planes will mean more passengers and money moves faster. Frankfurt's still an issue, so given that Frankfurt is our hub city, let's go ahead and boost its capacity. And of course, we were going to have a random event attacking Frankfurt. 52, 63, 51. We'll just take it from Stuttgart. Stuttgart's going to be an issue too if it's got 3 cities coming off of it. Oof, Hamburg. Of course, Hamburg's an issue. Everyone wants to go to Berlin. Stuttgart. $95. That may not be the most efficient plane. We're going to go that way. We got to build the shortest route whenever possible to minimize each plane's air time. So Frankfurt is no longer a hub city. We can raise the money the long way, I think. But Hamburg is now a backbone city, as is Dortmund now. So we need to keep working on infrastructure here. Netherlands shouldn't be too much of an issue. Let's go ahead and save up for Netherlands, and then we can work on infrastructure some more. That's going to be 343. I want to keep building the timer so we can do massive infrastructure upgrades. So because I want to keep building the timer, whenever I'm close to a country, we should grab it so that the timer boosts up. Oh, Italy is next. We don't have anything close to Italy except Bern. That's going to be a thing. 68, 50, 60 against 68, it looks like. We've got some time for Italy, so let's work on infrastructure for a bit. We have 5 airports in need of expansion. 86, 55. Always go with the shortest distance. So that makes 6. Let's upgrade all our airports. Let's upgrade all our planes. And then let's think about expanding again. Italy's big enough that it's gonna wreak havoc on our network, I think. If we grab it prematurely. Stuttgart is going to be a key part of the network once we go into Italy, as will be Bern. So we need burn to be optimized. We still got time before we have to bring in Italy, so we have 5 airports that need upgrading. We're just going to wait for our money to show 500 and then grab them all at once. Once we add Italy and France, the backbone portion of our network is going to start turning yellow really fast. So that's why I want to focus on infrastructure right now. We're getting close to being able to do an all airports upgrade here. But actually, I think I want to do the planes first. So we have 7 planes at level 1. So we need 700. And then I can get all the planes. And then maybe we have time for all the airport upgrades as well. Pretty soon I'm going to want to take the level 2 planes to level 3. So let's do an all planes upgrade here. This should improve efficiency of moving passengers. Frankfurt looks like it's still an issue. Oof, what's Berlin doing? Hanover, let's see, 63, 91, 82, 46 is definitely the shortest route there. We have 5 cities left. Let's save up the 500, and then we'll need to add Italy before the timer runs too much. Looks like Dortmund's going to be an issue, though. And actually, that's a more efficient route, I think. 63 against 98. Yeah. We want to do the shortest possible links for each city. We need 1,400 in order to do another round of all airport upgrades, but for right now, Dortmund is an issue. Let's address that real quick and save up for. All right. Hanover is a problem as well. Okay, timer's running down again, and we want time for infrastructures again, so let's go ahead and do Italy next and see what issues we can address before we have to rush to the next country. We need 367, so we're pretty much almost there. Let's improve the Dortmund planes, because Dortmund is still yellow. All right, now we really do need to save up for Italy so that we have time for more infrastructure. Rostock. Yeah, we'll save time on that route if we do this. All right, now we really do need to save for Italy. But like I said before, we need to keep our links as short as possible. Let's go ahead and upgrade the planes that are going to go into Italy as well. Oof, Hanover's an issue right now. Looks like that Hanover is a... Oh, shoot. Do I not have money for Hanover? Ouch, ow. There, that's just buying us some time. Hanover Hamburg is looking like it's going to be an issue. Let's get Italy, and then we'll worry about infrastructure. That's a long way. That link is going to hurt until we start to get some of the city in between cities. Ooh, that was close. Hamburg's still screaming at us. And we just got eliminated. Okay. We only lasted about 20 minutes. We're going to try again. All right. Which of these six possible? 156. 156. $191, $166. Oh. We don't have enough money to link up. We're starting over. That's not a good starting arrangement. 76, 129, 123. All right, we should be able to work with this. We're going to Denmark first this time. So Denmark's going to branch off of Hamburg for sure. We can speed up this bit a little bit, but I don't want to be running at fast speed once things start happening. We'll bring up this plane. Hopefully this run we can do a little bit better. And actually that's going to be our infrastructure plane. We had to get the lawsuit event. That's going to slow us down a bit. All right. We need to buy Denmark first because we have less than 2 game minutes. I've sped things up so that we can get to that point faster. We've only got about a minute in game. I'm going to slow down so we can focus. Any problem here will kill the game, so we need to do Denmark next. Only about half a game minute. There we go. We got Denmark. 115, 93. So Hamburg, it looks like Hamburg, Frankfurt is going to be our first backbone. And let's start thinking about saving for Belgium. Belgium's not going to add too much strain to the network. All right. Let's add Belgium. Let's focus on getting Belgium onto the network, and that will bump the timer so that we can focus on infrastructure. Oh, 321 is what we need to save. But it looks like Hamburg's going to be an issue. And Frankfurt's going to be an issue as well, so let's get Frankfurt up a level, and then we'll go for Belgium. All right, let's say for Belgium now. We don't want to run to the last minute like we did on Denmark. So, by the way, the Lego headquarters is now somewhere within our network bounds. Billund is in Denmark. That's the home city of Lego. See, the problem is the cities turn yellow when the planes land for the connecting passengers to wait, but then they turn green again when the planes take off. So I don't really know what's concerning and what's not, unless it goes like bright orange, and by then it's too late. But it's just about time to build Belgium, so let's keep watching. And we've got a little bit of time on the timer, so let's work on infrastructure. We have 6 planes that need to be boosted. And of course we get a lawsuit. Oh, Hanover. That's going to let us break down the length of the Frankfurt-Hamburg line. Which one's closer? 88, 80. And of course, it's going to make us pay the lawsuit right as we're trying to rework our lines. Everything's going to go yellow as long as we have disconnected parts of the network. So that makes Dusseldorf a hub now, as well as Hanover as part of the hub line. So we have to upgrade Dusseldorf. That's a priority. And any plane and Hanover. All right, let's upgrade some of the planes coming out of Hanover and Dusseldorf. We need to work on infrastructure for a while. Money's coming in still slowly, but fast enough we should be able to take everything off of level 1. Oof. Yeah, that's definitely much shorter. Dusseldorf is still giving us issues. And so is Hamburg. Ah! We were 3 coins short of being able to upgrade that airport. I want to have a good run. We're trying again. 129, 123. So it looks like we're doing Belgium first. So I think the trick is knowing when to bring in the next country and when to focus on infrastructure before trying to boost the timer. So I'm just speeding up a little bit while not much is happening. But then we'll go back to snail speed again. Well, that was nice of them. All right, let's slow it down. We're going to be making our first branch line in a moment. We need to wait for the money to come in. Okay, so it looks like Hamburg, Frankfurt is where the big issues are right now. That plane needs to be upgraded. All right, let's save up for Netherlands because it's not going to take too much off of our network. It's not going to take too much effort to save for Netherlands. But we want to have Frankfurt up. It looks like Frankfurt's the key hub right now. It looks like every city has the shortest connection possible. I forgot Berlin has a popularity multiplier. I'll need to get some Hamburg action going soon. 58 or 60. All right, we got a little bit of time. Let's focus on some infrastructure. We need 600 to do all the planes. Can we survive that long? Make that 700. Or actually, it looks like we need 800 in order to upgrade all our planes. And that should alleviate pressure on the stations for a while. I'm speeding it up so that we don't have to wait as long. So let's do the planes. That should alleviate pressure on the airports. So now we should have 600 we need to raise money for the planes. So then there's 5 planes left. Yeah. Four planes left. And the last 4 go into less key areas. $63, $52, $51. It makes more sense to go that way, I think. How are we doing? We have 5 planes left. That should be upgraded. And then 5 cities left, but let's bring up Switzerland first. Switzerland's going to cost us 343. Yeah, we need to work on our cities. So it looks like United Kingdom needs to be added next. We have 1 plane that needs to be brought up to current speeds. Stuttgart's an issue. Frankfurt's an issue. That's good for some extra cash here. They gave us the super plane. That's good for cash. There, everything is at level 2 now. And now let's take a minute. Frankfurt is an issue, so we need to upgrade Frankfurt. We need to upgrade this whole line, I think. Hanover's a holding city mostly, but let's get our cities as much as possible to level 3, I think. Okay, so we want to do this zigzag here because somewhere off of this zigzag is going to link us to the United Kingdom. So That's already level 3. We want to work on this branch of the network. And of course, Stuttgart's going to be an issue feeding 3 endpoints. But all those endpoints have potential to be future network expansions. So we want to keep Stuttgart healthy for now. Which link is shorter? 9183. So we actually want to be on this link. So let's upgrade Brussels and Amsterdam, and then we will bring in the United Kingdom. Do we have time to upgrade all the cities actually? No. We have 4 endpoint cities that don't matter right now. So let's bring up Amsterdam and then we'll expand. We want to keep the link short. That's why I broke up that link. All right, we should be healthy for a while. Dusseldorf is still an issue. All right, let's save for United Kingdom. We're running out of time. Dusseldorf is still concerning me a lot. Oh, yeah, Dusseldorf is going to be our critical link going into the UK branch. We need to upgrade the planes coming out of Dusseldorf, I think. Or Dusseldorf itself. But now we need to upgrade all the planes as well. Based on the timing. 5 cities that way, 5 cities that way. So yeah, and then that's going to have a whole big branch. So we need to upgrade our Dusseldorf planes. Ooh, we're cutting it close on United Kingdom time as well. But we can, if Dusseldorf goes red, then we lose the game. So all right. We should be able to cool the situation now. Oh, shoot. We'll have to take United Kingdom. I think Amsterdam is closer to London than Brussels, but we'll temporarily have to run out of Brussels, I think. Let's see, 128, 114. No, actually, we're okay. We're okay to do it this way. Dusseldorf is still concerning me. We need to take a little bit of time on infrastructure. All right, Dusseldorf looks like it's turning green. All right. Obviously, Berlin's a bigger deal than we thought. Let's try and get the cities to level 3 and the planes to level 3 as much as possible. All right. The Berlin line is at current standards, I think. How are we doing? 6 more planes at level 2 and 5 more cities. The Berlin line should be healthy for a while, except we're about to bring in Poland soon. All right, I think we're mostly healthy at this point. Let's just finish a round of upgrades. We have 2 more planes and 5 more cities that we should focus on upgrading. And of course, we just added another plane in another city. Okay, Brussels is an issue. Let's upgrade this plane. So I have 2 more planes that need to go up. And 5 more cities still. But I think I need to focus on getting Poland up. So level 3 is the new standard. Hopefully we can get Poland up with enough time to get our infrastructure all the way to that point. Warsaw, 196, 229, 198. And that's a long link too, so hopefully there will be some cities that should pop up in the middle. So 5 cities left. Let's take some time and focus on infrastructure. Ireland's not going to be a big, huge deal for us. It's not. It doesn't create that many cities. So I have a 5 and 1 that need to be brought up to level 3. So I have 5. We lost Dresden, but it's just an endpoint. 148, 97. So yeah, the closure of Dresden doesn't affect our network at all because it's an endpoint right now. If it were a link, if it were a link on the line, we would be temporarily rerouting, but it's fine. It doesn't do anything, so we're not going to make any fuss on it. So we're at 4 cities that need to go up now. You never know what city is going to suddenly turn into a critical link when new countries open. So we gotta we can't ignore the endpoints. Looks like Brussels London is giving us some yellow, and they're already optimized. All right, we got plenty of time, so we got everything to level 3 now. Oh wait, there's still one city that's not. There's still one city I'm forgetting here. Oh, I never put London at level 3. That explains the yellow in London. So I think the plan is do the Ireland goal and see how our infrastructure is yellowing. But everything's at level 3 now, so I think we can focus on adding countries and building on our timer for a little bit. But there will come a time when the added countries will affect our network again, and we'll have to see about an infrastructure break again. Ooh, we can start the planes at level 3. Let's save up and do that. It looks like Sweden is next. And Rostock's the closest point to Sweden right now. All right. We did just spawn another city in the UK, so we have to save up for that one as well, and then upgrade the 2 airports before we can think about expanding. Now, obviously, once Denmark comes up, we'll reroute Sweden through Denmark, but it's giving us Sweden first, so I don't think the game likes it very much when you go off net. When you go, I don't know if there's a penalty for taking countries out of sequence. But yeah, being able to start the planes at level 3 is a big help. Sweden's going to cost us 450, so let's get Dublin up to speed, and then we will. We do have some yellowing going on, but it's mostly staying green, so I'm not concerned just yet. We'll have plenty of time for an infrastructure break, I think, after we build Sweden. Yeah, we're going to start thinking about taking things to level 4. Level 4 should be sufficient for most airports. At level 5, the planes get a breakaway. So let's bring up Sweden, and then we'll do infrastructure. Because at that point, some of the yellows might start to become orange. Holy jeez, 325 or 275. That's a lot. Let's save up so we can get the plane in, the level 3 plane instantly. Hopefully some cities will appear between Stockholm and Rostock to break up the distance. For now, we have to go that way, though. We got another lawsuit. All right, let's work on bringing Manchester in now. So I have 2 planes that need to be brought up. Well, we got plenty of time before bringing up Italy. I think we should be able to work on a little bit of infrastructure, at least the backbone. Italy's going to come through Bern, I think, so that's going to be another tension on our. We want to do our infrastructure before we do Italy, I think. All right. We have one more city that needs to be upgraded. We got a little time, so let's work on some of these backbone planes. Actually, let's bring it up and see where, because the yellows are still staying, turning back green as the planes leave, so let's bring it up. How long is the line? Yeah, we need to save up some money for that. This might be the run. We're looking good so far. We got plenty of time. And Austria is another country that doesn't affect the network too terribly much. So we can keep boosting time and then focus on infrastructure. Oh, good. So we need like 500 for that. And then the Bern Milan link is going to be nothing at all. So we need 386 to finish connecting Italy in. So I think the plan is to speed up the game a bit, watch money run in, and then when we get close to timer, bring up Austria and keep saving for a mass upgrade of everything. So now everything's level 3. We need 8,800 to upgrade all our cities. So let's speed things up for a bit. Watching the timer, of course. And watching the critical backbone as well. Okay, let's slow down because now we have to build Italy infrastructure. And there, we've fixed up Italy. Everything's ready to go. And I will bring up Austria to bounce the timer again, I think, before we start saving up big. So, because Austria only adds like 1 or 2 cities, so we'll be fine. Let's see, 132. Yeah, no, 146. So it's actually, that looks closer, but it's really this. So Tunisia, we're going to start expanding into Africa next, it looks like. And that's close to nothing we've got. Well, it's close to Palermo, so the Palermo line is going to be boosted up a bit. As long as we're staying in the yellow, I think let's boost the timer some more so that we can really save up for infrastructure. But keep watching where things break or look like they might be in danger of breaking. So we have like 3 branches right now. The Dusseldorf East, which goes through Berlin into Sweden and Poland. We have Dusseldorf West, which goes over across into the United Kingdom, and Dusseldorf South, which leads all the way into Italy and soon beyond. So, Newcastle. That'll shorten the lengths to Manchester. So, all right, we broadened that city decently. Like I said before, in this mode, it's critical to keep the links as geographically short as possible. Always pick the shortest length between two cities. Always pick the shortest length to get a new city onto the network. This is much more linear than the hub and spokes system we had going on. And actually, I'm in doubt now. 151, 132, 113, 130. So we want to do Dublin, Manchester, actually. And we're in a coastal city, so shouldn't be that hard to link to Palermo to hit Tunisia. But that means we're going to start to see African countries in a minute, so Belarus. We still have a lot of Europe to build up as well. But we have over 20 minutes of game time now, so we've got time to save up and do a bit of infrastructure upgrading. I don't know why my mouse keeps jumping. I've been having issues with it for a few weeks. $11,600 to upgrade all the cities, but I think I want to do the cities before the planes. We're going to speed things up and see if we can get anywhere close to that amount. All right. That's going to slow me down a bit. Expensive planes. $53, $88, $84. Yeah. The fact that planes are more expensive now means new cities are going to kill my funding plans. See, when things turn orange, they go right back to green as the planes arrive. So, oh, that's cool. It automatically slows the game if you have a. So I think rather than speeding things up, we want to be building the cities as we can afford them. So we have 30 cities that need to be upgraded. Now it's 29, 28. I'm trying to hit the backbone first. 27. That's already up. So we're at 27 cities left. definitely want to do infrastructure before I add some more countries. At level 4, cities can handle the full population of a level 6 plane, which is the max for planes. So I think we'll be the cities will be pretty much optimized except the backbone. So I have 28 cities that need to go up. So we're at 25 cities, I think. Yeah. Which is an even 10,000. So we're at 24 cities. But Belarus will boost our timer again, so let's wait until the expensive planes thing ends, though. "23 cities left to go to get to the next level." "21." Gothenburg. That's going to reduce some distances. "187." "212." So as soon as we get 47, we can reconnect. Oh, okay. All right, so we have 22 cities left that need to be upgraded. Let's work on the 21. Money's coming in fast enough that we should be able to push at least the city upgrades before, and then we'll push the plane upgrades at the next infrastructure boost. So we're down to 18 cities. That need to be upgraded before we push planes. And our network is starting to look really spread out right now, which is a good thing. It means we're expanding quickly. $75 or $64. So we have 17 cities, not 16, that need to be given attention. And things are mostly holding in yellow right now, so let's go ahead and bring in the next country and then keep going with our expansion. Because I want to make sure that we have time for infrastructure, which means I do need to add countries on a timely manner. 590 is what we need to start Belarus. And it's good that we can start all the planes at 3, because at level 3. And then we're going to get Norway, which I think the closest city is still quite far off from Sweden, but it shouldn't affect our network too much. So before I do infrastructure, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Norway, because that'll extend our timer by plenty of time. Dusseldorf is going to be an issue, I think, still. Dusseldorf is like the center of our network right now. So, let's upgrade the Dusseldorf planes and see what happens, because that should enable me to empty out Dusseldorf faster. Let's just pause here for a moment to see if that negatively affects. Okay, so all of Italy is shut down. So we're going to open a temporary line from Bern to Tunis. Let's see, 81 or 65. Oh, why did the volcanoes have to take out Italy? I'm going to watch Tunis. I might not create a temporary line unless it's going to put us into an endgame scenario. How are we on cities? We have 11 cities that are still unoptimized. Yeah, let's build Bern to Tunis. And then we'll build Norway. We'll build Norway to boost the timer after that. And then we'll finish the cities and start upgrading the planes. All right. This is a temporary fix, of course, so that Tunis doesn't throw us endgame while Italy is shut down. There's nothing branching off of Tunis right now, so I think the one plane will suffice. Meanwhile, up here in Norway, let's go ahead and take Norway so that we can extend our timer and work on infrastructure. 184, 118. So we need 418 to build the plane at level 3. One 16, 133. And Czech Republic is another country that won't affect the network too much. So I will go ahead and build that to extend the timer also before we worry about infrastructure. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Um, my brother's mixing drinks in the kitchen, had a little fizz over. Not a big deal. He got it taken care of. Okay, Brussels is going to be an issue, it looks like. We'll upgrade that bit of the line as well. All right. We seem to have relieved Brussels for now. And the plane that's exiting London to feed the United Kingdom is not optimized. We need to improve this plane. From there, Birmingham to Manchester is short enough that we should be able to keep things in the green for a while. Yeah, I think we've resolved that bit of the issue for now. Gdansk is an endpoint. It's not going to affect our network. 101.66. I have 19 cities that still need to be optimized. So let's get Oslo, because I already took care of this branch of the network. So we need to work on the Poland and Italy branches of the network to optimize cities. Shh! All right, so let's bring up Czech Republic so that we can extend the timer again. And then let's finish getting these cities up. And then I'll keep working on the planes. .104, 122, 64. Yeah, that's our link right there. So we've now brought Prague in the Czech Republic into our network. Greece is next. And that looks like it's going to come up. Yeah, we want to work on infrastructure a little bit. We want to finish getting our cities up, I think. So we have 19 cities left that are unoptimized. And we have enough cities now that money gain is relatively efficient. Once we get the next level of planes, we should see less orange and yellow for a while. We're at 16 cities left that need optimization. Where's that? Oh, Italy's back up. We don't need this link anymore. But that brings us back to 17 cities that need optimization. Now we're back to 16. So I think the plan at this point is finish the cities, bring up Greece, and then start working on plane infrastructure. Faster planes that take more passengers will also improve the efficiency of our money gain. So now we're just playing the waiting game for a while, but there's enough yellowing going on that I don't want to speed things up. Might be a little risky at this point until we start optimizing the planes. We have 12 more cities left to optimize for now. And actually, I'm watching the timer tick, so I think I'll bring up Greece and then work on the southern optimizations in the Italy branch. Okay, so Tunisia is blocked, but that really doesn't affect me too much. It's an endpoint right now. So there's 10 cities that need optimization. But let's go ahead and, oh, because they added a city. 89, 59, definitely that one. So we just added Bruno. Oof, Hanover's making issues. Everywhere with unoptimized planes is going to be an issue for a little while, so wow. 457, 440, 344. So let's save 644 to make the link into Barry. And that'll just be temporary because when we get our next Greek city, it'll break up the distance. So that puts us at 11 unoptimized cities, all on the southern branches. So we should be at 11 cities, yeah. You have rations. All right, sorry about that. All right, let's keep going. So we have 11 cities, did I say? Yes. Let's make sure I didn't lose track of any cities. Nothing's disconnected right now. Eight cities need optimization. Slovakia is another country that's not going to affect the network too much. So after we finish up optimizing the cities, we'll bring up Slovakia before I do planes. And there we go. There's a city that helps me out a lot. That does bring me back up to 9 unoptimized cities. All right, so we're at 9 cities that need to be brought up. And then we'll do Slovakia, and then we'll do some plane infrastructure for a while. Which link is better? 101, 97. Eight cities need optimization. And with planes fully optimized, we shouldn't need to upgrade most cities beyond this, although a few backbone cities may still need some attention later on. Six more cities. I'm counting 7. Is it because it takes them off of the count when they're blocked? Maybe. Yeah, they're... Yeah, that said 44 cities, but I'm counting only 42 in the upgrade list. So yeah, so there's actually 7 cities left. We'll have them upgraded before you know it. Okay, that random event won't affect me too much. 5 cities are left. But we have another new city here. 206, 117 for sure. We're going that way. So we have 6 total unoptimized cities. Actually, the southern portion of the network looks pretty strong. Let's go ahead and buy Slovakia so we can boost our counter, our timer. So let's step ahead and we'll do those last 5 cities in a bit. Let's get Slovakia first for the timer. We need 773 for this one. So that's what we're going to do. We know which way we're going. Look at how short that route is. So we're at 6 unoptimized cities now. Croatia will be next. Let's go ahead and optimize these last 5 cities in the south, and then we'll bring up Croatia, and then we'll start working on our planes. I've been streaming almost 2 hours, but this run itself is probably a little over an hour. Hanover. What's going on? Oh, okay. Oh, we got another city. 154, 154, 158, 112. So we still have the 5 cities in the south, because that city came out of nowhere. So now we just have these 3. Yeah, Dusseldorf fills when the planes all land at the same time. But then it goes green when they all take off. All these warnings they go away when the planes take off. So this is a backbone. This is part of the backbone we're going to have to keep an eye on. Croatia. Let's save up for Croatia. We need 827. And some of these things are constantly yellow now, so we're going to definitely need to work on the planes before we bring up any more countries. Of course, you're going to open a new airport right when I opened another one. 90, 73. So let's open this Szczecin airport, and then we will figure out where Zagreb is linking to. Okay, Rostock's problem is this really long link. I hope Denmark comes up soon. That plane wasn't even full. Yeah, we need some plane upgrades before we do anything else. Let's buy some time to figure out Zagreb. 167, 141, 212. So Vienna it will be. Okay, we need to upgrade the Rostock planes. That should improve the situation a bit. Oops, I got things breaking all over the place. Okay, hopefully these planes I just upgraded will settle out for a little bit. We still have Zagreb unconnected. Okay, Frankfurt and Stuttgart are breaking. So this plane needs to be upgraded. And now we got a whole bunch of things breaking at once. Including a random event that costs money. Okay, that helps a little bit. All right, if I can just get this city connected, and Zagreb is still unconnected. From here, the Southern Line branches, so I should be okay from here. Zagreb. And apparently I have two cities that are okay. And timers got me a little concerned again. So as long as we have infrastructure running roughly smoothly, once we get these two new cities optimized, we will continue on with Lithuania, which is another country that doesn't affect the network too much. All the cities are optimized. We have 35 unoptimized planes that are probably the reason for us having so many issues with our planes, with our cities going orange. we need to wait for this backlog of passengers to clear out, and then we should be okay. Any new cities pop up? No. Okay. Lithuania. $70, $87, $96. All right, that city initiated just fine. All right. We need some more infrastructure time, which means we absolutely have to buy Lithuania. We need 885. And that's the next thing I'm doing because we ran the timer. So after we bring up Lithuania, we'll probably bring up the next country because we let the timer go down too much. And then we're going to keep working on planes. Dusseldorf is green when the planes leave, but when all the planes land at the same time, it goes red. So let's bring up Dusseldorf an extra level, since it is my central hub. Because every time all three planes land at the same time, the map bounces back there and interrupts whatever I'm doing. So we shouldn't hear from Dusseldorf anymore. The other cities that are occasionally yellow, they have planes passing through. It should be fine. We'll bring up Serbia after we finish this other city. And then we'll work on the planes some more. $81, $101. So I have two unoptimized cities then. Okay, looks like Italy strained itself out since I upgraded those planes. So we'll bring up this last city, and then we will bring up the money for Serbia so we can bump the timer again and work on the planes. Okay. All right, Serbia is next. And then we need to work on the plane some more. $287, $290, $211. That's our plane right there. Albania, where's that? Right there. Ooh, that means that the Bari Thessaloniki line is going to be cut. That'll make that plane more efficient, I think. Not that it matters, because that's been a green route since the beginning, but let's go ahead and bring up Albania so that I can make that adjustment. Do I want to automatically bring first level? Well, I buy them at level 3, so I'm just wasting funds on that. And of course, a new airport opens right as I get that cost. All right. Obviously, Cagliari will have to be next before I do Albania. Let's speed things up to run the timer. This is where we have a lot of yellow flashes, so I need to watch this. So yeah, yellow flashes are just planes landing. Okay, so we have 2 cities we need to adjust. We need to account for 238, 224, 165. Let's get these 2 cities hooked up and then save up for Albania. And then we will do the city optimizations a little bit later. $130, $130. Hell no. All right, let's save up for Albania so I can bump the timer again. How much? 1,000? $152, $138. Okay. I do have concerns about a few points on the network. 232, 148. So this is the route we want to take. And France is next. And France will be a big hit on the networks, on the network strength. But before I bring up France, let's just make sure all those new cities that we just did are optimized. So I have 3 cities that need optimization: Cagliari, Malmo, and Graz. 90, 80, 97. No disconnected cities, that's good. Once we get our timer extended again, we really do need to finish upgrading some of these planes. But actually, let's focus on, instead of doing all the planes, because some of the areas are pretty strong right now, but there are some areas that concern me. The line from Dusseldorf to Berlin and also down to Bern. I think that whole line needs to be a step above everything else. All right. Only one city is behind the times here. Let's save up for France so we can start building the timer. And upgrading planes will have a better boost on our overall money speed than upgrading cities, because, oh, it's 1:45. That's okay. As long as I don't die, as long as I don't lose the game, this run should continue for a while. We need 1084. Depending on what the first city is, yeah, that's going to be France, and then later on down into Spain. I think that's going to be a big. All right, Hanover's flashed a bunch, so let's bring Hanover up a bit as well. All right, so we're about to bring in France. And it looks like 272, 162. That's our link right there. Now, southern France will probably go through Bern or Italy because, like I said, shortest links. So as soon as we optimize Paris, Bosnia Herzegovina. Yeah, right now let's work on, as long as it's giving us small countries, let's work on boosting our timer so that we can have a lot of time to focus on infrastructure. So that's going to cost us 1160. Okay. With both UK and Northern France on its branch of the network, I think Brussels is going to need a safety adjustment as well. As long as we're getting little countries, they'll get the focus. If a bigger country comes across the line or the timer is big, then we'll focus on infrastructure for a while. I think we'll allow a city to go to level 5 whenever whenever we get a warning about it. But we don't want to bring the cities beyond level 5 because level 6 planes, um, uh, the planes max out at level 6. All right, airports will start at, okay, Toulouse. Oh, that's not near anything. Okay, let's do the math. 497, 374, 401, 369, 363. So it's still closer to do it out of Paris, I think, but not by much. So let's save up for Bosnia. Stuttgart and Rostock are concerning me a little bit. But as long as they're not actually broken. All right, what's that closest to? 184, 195, 125. That's our route right there. All right, we're finally getting Denmark, which will allow us to break up that Rostock plane into smaller links. So yeah, I want to get Denmark on the map. And after I get Denmark on the map and adjust the routes up there, we're going to take a quick pee break because I got to pee. But as long as the game is running smoothly, as long as I haven't lost yet, we're going to keep this marathon run going. Denmark. Yeah, so Denmark will route through Hamburg instead of Rostock, I think. And then from Denmark, we'll hit the whole Sweden-Norway block. $12.42. Almost time to work on adjusting this branch of the network. And let's get some funds back in preparation for that. Spain will be next. So it's not going to be Hamburg, it is still going to be Rostock. But those links are a lot shorter than they were. And when Malmo came up, I didn't even redirect Rostock. That would have solved some of the issues in Rostock we had before. We have 2 disconnected cities. 260, 238, 159. Okay, that city's still green. We can wait to adjust this city. Which means this is no longer an efficient route. 389, 238. So we now have southern France routing out of Bern. All right, let's address that other city that appeared. 187, 113. And we have another new city to address before I can bring in Spain. Let's go take care of that real quick. Okay, so our network is running pretty well right now. A couple spots of a little bit of concern, but it's not broken yet. The big issue is when all the planes going into a city land at the same time. As long as they don't all land at the same time, things are staying pretty clear. Let's bring up Spain. That's not near anything I've got going on. 753, 869. Yeah, that's our route right there. So we've now brought in Madrid, Spain. And our timer's quite a bit, so let's pause the game so I can take a quick pee break, and then we will be back to action. I'm back. I'm back. So let us unpause and continue. We've got time, so I don't want to bring up Bulgaria just yet. 19,200. Let's save as much of that as possible. Watching out for new city announcements. Yeah, it's not a problem if the planes don't all land at the same time. All right, we have to add Barcelona. 346. 435. Yeah, that's our route. $19,600 is the goal for upgrading all the remaining planes. There are a few cities that concern me still. As you can see, some of them are flashing red when all the planes land at the same time. All right, so we have to add Marseille. We have a couple options here, 166, 194, 231, 226. All right, Marseille is now on the grid. All right. We're doing well with raising the money for an all planes upgrade. So let's go ahead and bring up Bulgaria to extend the timer again. 232, 159. Sofia, Bulgaria has now been added to our little network. But the south is pretty strong right now. It's the north I'm having issues with. What if here's a thought. If I connect Sofia and Belgrade and make the whole network a ring, will that alleviate some of the issues we have in the north? It's worth a look, I think. Libya's next, but we're going to wait a bit on that. 128. Do I have a plane that's not big enough, maybe? Burn's an issue right now. Now Burn's resolving. So we have a little bit of a ring situation going on. Before we bring up Libya, let's raise a little more money. Okay. Yeah, I am concerned with infrastructure right now. We're not going to rush into Libya. We're going to do the plane upgrade and then look for cities that are still having issues and do a few city upgrades. $159, $150, $200, $165, $169. Okay, we're keeping all our cities in check. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to do some airport upgrades. Just because they turn red when the planes land. But the game's not. In fact, let's do that first. Everything that's on this central line here from Bern up through Berlin. These cities are only an issue when all the planes land at the same time. But when that happens, that has the potential to end the game. So hopefully that should resolve our issues for a little while. Especially because Bern's 3 connections are not really that close to it. But they're still the closest locations for those cities. So the next thing to think about is an upgrading all cities run, but we are running timer. I want to build a timer again. Let's wait for, oh, we want Tunisia to be open in order to connect Libya. So let's wait for Tunisia to reopen before we do Libya. Yeah. We still have cities that are staying yellow. That's a concern. Okay, I think we've solved Bern for now. What's going on here? 229, 253, 183. $21,600. Okay, that's part of the backbone now too, I guess. Oh, we can bring up Libya and boost our timer again. And we've started to expand into Africa. Hungary's not going to hurt us too much. Russia, it wants us to do Russia. 243, 230, 24. Yeah. Benghazi, 557 or 490. All right, before we do Russia, we're going to do all the plane upgrades. Russia is going to be a bugger, I think. But because we're only getting one city at a time and it's random which country it's in, Russia may not pose to be as big a problem as it is in the freestyle mode. We're only going to get a couple cities at a time, I think. Plus, there's enough countries surrounding Russia that I can build links in through those if they're shorter. All right, let's slow things down because we got another city. 231. No, we want 227. What are we looking at now? 23,200. So, since upgrading those handful of cities, we're staying in yellow. We're not seeing too much orange happen, which is a good thing. And when yellow does happen, it flashes back to green. That's going to break up a route, isn't it? 221, 196. And that means that route's going to be shorter. Two short links instead of one long link means you have twice as many planes, which means you have twice as many pickups, and the airport is more likely to stay green. With there it goes. I do have to check on Bilbo now. 196, 186. Glad I checked that. 23,600. Let's build Russia and then we'll come back. Moscow's our first city. Which is the closest? 372. All right. 372 is the closest. We now have Russia on our map. Hopefully we won't get too many of the eastern cities before we start building that way. We need 24,000. Romania will be next. All right, what's closest? 499, 416. Yeah. And upgrading the planes, what it'll do is we'll make them move faster, which means money gain overall will be faster across the map. So level 4 will be the new norm for planes. Alright, so let's connect Sofia to Bucharest. We just brought up Romania. I jumped the gun on my plan a little bit, so Montenegro. Yeah, we have time on the timer. So let's get the planes going a little bit faster. All right, what's happened here? Bialystok is now a hub city, I guess. Oh yeah, because we added Russia onto Belarus. Of course Bialystok is a hub city now. Well, maybe not a hub city, but a backbone city. So you can see we've got quite the network going now. How much do I need? 25,600. And boom, all the planes are now level 4. We need 56,000, 57,000 in order to make all the cities level 5. All right. You can see money appears to be accelerating a little more now. So we need Montenegro next. We're going to boost timer a few more times, I think. So we can save up for another all cities upgrade, I think. From here, I think it's just a matter of adding cities and waiting for money to generate. And upgrading cities as we see fit. $19.94. So we're going to get Montenegro. We've got most of Europe. Few countries straggling out. Ukraine's the standout here. $114, $143. We're going to bring up Ukraine next. Okay, we have two planes that are not optimized for some reason. Like, I know perfectly the reason.